On the night of the 5th of December, there was an attempted terror attack against the Jewish community of Cape Town when an explosive device was thrown over the perimeter wall of the Jewish Community Center in Hatfield, the Samson Center, across the road from the Garden Synagogue. Thank God the device did not detonate, but it was intended to do so, and it was intended to inflict as much harm and damage as possible. This is part of a global trend. We've seen terror attacks mounted against Jewish community targets in the UAE, in Melbourne, in Montreal, London, all over the world. And now it is being attempted in Cape Town. This is a very serious situation and needs to be called out for exactly what it is. Of course, the rise of violent attacks against Jews around the world is a direct result from the stigmatization of Jews, the false smear of genocide allegations against the State of Israel and the Jewish people, and of course, the global condemnation of terrorism, the moral equivalence drawn between the State of Israel and Hamas and other terror organizations has directly contributed to an environment in which terrorism is accepted in the world, but it cannot be accepted, and the free world needs to fight back. In the context of South Africa, what is deeply concerning is that as of this recording, there has been no public word, to the best of my knowledge, said on statements issued on behalf of the President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, the Premier of the Western Cape, Alan Winde, or the Mayor of Cape Town, Jordan Hill-Lewis. And that itself speaks volumes. It's a disgrace. Where's the leadership of our country when it comes to the fight against terror? But what is important is that we as a South African Jewish community and all people who love freedom, tolerance, and democracy need not be afraid. This is not 1935. We have many resources available to us, and our community security structures are working directly and in close partnership with law enforcement agencies of South Africa. After all, this is a constitutional democracy, and we as South African citizens have a right to protection from the state by virtue of the Bill of Rights and our status as citizens. The law enforcement agencies are pursuing a number of very strong leads, and together with our community security structures, these leads are being aggressively pursued with the full intent, and this must be so, that those responsible for this attack will be brought to justice, and the full weight of the justice system should be brought to bear upon them, so that the message can go out loud and clear. And this is much more important than any kind of statement that may be issued. It is a statement of action when those responsible for the attempt to perpetrate violence are brought to book and have to face the full consequences of their actions and of their deeds. And what I want to give our community is my personal assurance, and it's something that I have felt very strongly since October 7, 2023, and that is that as part of my duties as Chief Rabbi, responsibility to protect and to defend our Jewish community, together with Jewish communities around the world, to do whatever I can. And this case in particular, it is my intention, my full intention, to stay as closely involved as possible in order to ensure that our community security structures have the full support that they need to do their job properly. I also want to give our community full assurance that this is a matter that I intend to speak out on, and also to bring to the attention of our friends and allies around the world. This evening, as it happens, I am preparing to go on a trip to New York, Washington, and London, a trip that had been prepared before, but now will be used as a platform and as a focus to bring to the attention of our global allies and friends what is happening in South Africa, so that pressure can be brought to bear and that we can stand together, not only as a community together with the law enforcement agencies of our country, but together with friends and allies throughout the world. We cannot, and no free society, and no part of human civilization can tolerate violent evil. And we learn this when we know this so much from our own Torah, where in fact the very first terrorist attack recorded in history is recorded in the book of Exodus, when the nation of Amalek attacked the Jewish people as we were leaving Egypt, and it says they attacked the stragglers, the most vulnerable, seeking out those who could not defend themselves. That is the nature of terrorism. It is an intent, it is a philosophy to attack those who cannot defend themselves, to perpetrate violence for the purpose of instilling terror and fear in good people. And God says there in the book of Exodus, and he gives us a charge for all future generations, he says in taking a divine oath which is recorded in the Torah, that the throne of God can never be complete and whole while there is evil being perpetrated in the world. And we need to defend and protect that which is sacred, and to do so without fear or favor, and to know that we have the cause of justice, truth, and freedom on our side. And so we go forward with that confidence, and to be vigilant, to be strong, to be uncompromising and unapologetic, and with God's blessings and help to go forward to create a future of confidence, safety, and strength.